should I sit down yet? Like what? Ditto, you haven't given me the. Okay, whatever. Hey, that sucked. I'm gonna do it again. Come on, count me down. Count me down. Count me. You're fired. You're fired. I'm gonna throw you out of this. I'm gonna throw you out of this room. All right. Anyway. Not a horrible note. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Professor and Ditto Show. My name is obviously Professor. This is my assistant, Ditto. We welcome you all to the Tuesday edition of the Professor and Ditto Show. We are streaming live from our lab in the sky, which is flying overhead. Where's our current location? Let's see here. I'm not using my phone for once, so I can actually check where we are. We are currently above. I just had it up. Ditto, I could have sworn we were more prepared than this. We are currently above Conroe, Mississippi. Mississippi has a Conroe? What the heck? Anyway, the lab flies. We're in it right now, and holy crap, this is like the cringiest opening we've ever done. Anyway, welcome to the show. Like I said, my name is Professor. My assistant Ditto is right down here beside me. Normally he would be on my shoulder, but we're having a little bit of a disagreement today, so we're not going to be doing that quite yet. But we appreciate all of you guys tuning in, especially all of you that are here from TikTok. We're planning on, from now on, streaming exclusively on YouTube on Tuesdays, rather than doing both on Tuesdays and Fridays. Because remember, twice a week, we have 2 or 3 segments per show. We haven't quite decided if we're going to adjust the length yet. Normally, we do 3 segments, but YouTube can't handle live streams over an hour, at least on our channel, for some reason. So we've currently switched it so to make it a little easier on the Wi-Fi, because our Wi-Fi can only handle, what, like 9 devices or something like that, and we have machines that we run here, like 3D printers that require Wi-Fi, and we have about 15 of them. So already kind of pushing it with what we can do and the limitations of our tech, but we're going to try and do our best. We appreciate that you guys are here tuning in. And yeah, like I said, we have about 3 different segments that we do on the show, because this is as, interesting as it look and as terrible as my introduction might have been. We have about 3 segments that we do every single show. Our first segment, because it is Tuesday, is the mailbox. We have an official P.O. box that people love to send us the most random things every single week. So our P.O. box is displayed right here. If you guys would like to send us something, we give credit where credit is due. And our second segment is always either the news or stupid Pokedex entries. And then our third and final segment, regardless of whether it's Tuesday or Friday, is yours and ours favorite segment. It is the question and answer session. And today, you guys don't have to compete with all the 10-year-olds over on TikTok. I almost said YouTube. We are here on YouTube. You guys don't have to compete with all the little kids just spamming their question over and over again. Do you play Fortnite? Do you play Fortnite? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. You'll never know until we get to our third and final segment of today. So anyway, sorry, little touchy subject, Fortnite for me. Anyway, yes, 3 different segments, and with that, I think we should get right into the first segment here. What do you think, so Ditto? What do you think? Yeah, I think so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. This is our first segment. Welcome to the mailbag. Dang it! I said it wrong. It's mailbox. It's mailbox. We don't have like transition cards yet. So I leave and I come back and it's, anyway, man, I wish they'd let us play music. I really do. At least on TikTok, they let you play music in the background when you stream. On YouTube, like you can't even mention like you thought you were going to get me. You're not going to get me. Anyway, as I said, we have a mailbox, not mailbag. Oh gosh, this is an interesting day. It's Tuesday. Okay, you guys really want to know what's going on? You guys probably don't want to know what's going on, but I got to get this off my chest. I just forked over $2,000 for classes in cash, mind you, in cash. I've been saving up for the last 3 years so that I can go back to school and finish my college education, because apparently it's kind of good if you're educated. If you're not educated, you turn into a moron that tears down statues of national treasures of people who abolished slavery and instigated laws that forbid slavery. But if you don't have a proper college education, you turn into the kind of person that rips down statues of those people. In other words, a moron. So I don't think that came out right. I clearly need an education. I'm not very good as far as what I want to become an animator. I want to animate fun stuff for you guys, specifically here on YouTube. I would love to show you guys the ideas that we've had brewing for a very long time, specifically Pokemon animations. And I can't really do that if I don't have like schooling towards it. So anyway, just an hour or so ago, I forked over $2,000 of my own hard-earned money to pay for my first semester of college, and that it was kind of hard to do. I'm not stingy when it comes to money, but I do like to. I've never paid that much for schooling before. I've only ever gone to like community colleges and done online classes and stuff. This is the first time I'm doing something that's not that the other stuff wasn't official. It's just this is the first time I'm like really stepping out of my comfort zone. So it's kind of nice. It'll be cool, you know, going into school, doing all this, but I still can't believe it. I have my receipt around here somewhere. I'm not going to show you the receipt, obviously, but I just remember printing it up and holding it and being like, holy crap. That was like 6 months worth of work. All right. Like you guys can do the math. I made like barely $13.50 an hour or something at my previous job, which I'm not employed at anymore. And I won't remember. I won't tell you guys about him anyway, but, doing great, Braden. Thank you for joining in to the show today. But yeah, I'm absolutely scatterbrained right now because I've never spent that much money on schooling before. It was funny. I called my parents up and I was talking to them and I was like, guys, I just paid for school. And my mom, bless her heart, she was like, oh, isn't that awesome? That should feel so good. You know, you didn't have to borrow any money whatsoever, even though I've never borrowed money in the past before. That's the reason I haven't gone back and received my education, is because I am so paranoid when it comes to college loans. And like, I'm not going to go to school unless I can pay cash for it. Like I will work and work and work, gather up the money, and then pay cash for whatever it is. I hate debt. I don't want to be in debt to anyone or anything for any reason, especially not banks. So anyway, and she's like, don't you feel so good not having to borrow any money? And I was like, well, I felt better when I had the money in my account, you know, like when I didn't have to. This isn't like a flex or anything like that. If anything, it's gosh, I've never spent this much money before on anything. So like and I bought a car. Okay, actually, you're right, Ditto. You're right. Yeah, I did pay a little bit more. Again, cash. Didn't get a payment. I own a car, even though we live in the sky and I never drive. But I own a car just in case, you know, heaven forbid we crash or something one day and I need to get around the surface and I don't feel like walking. I have a car. I paid cash for that. But school is officially the second most expensive thing I have ever paid my hard-earned money for. And I don't know how I feel about it. So I apologize in advance if my words are a little scatterbrained, because that's totally the reason why. There's no other reason why I'm stumbling over my words. You know, I'm responsible. I write scripts for all of my videos. You know, I make them as robotic and as hopeless and, you know, characterless as possible. So shallow, that's the word. Thank you, Ditto. Shallow. By the way, Ditto is right here, if you guys can't tell. He's right here. His assistant, Pudding, who is also a Ditto, is right next to him. And he will be addressing your questions as the show goes on. We ask, of course, that you guys hold your questions until the question and answer session, which is our third and final segment. So that being said, let's get right into the mailbox, not mailbag. Andrew Clavin has a mailbox. I have a mailbag. So anyway, we got a letter here. We've got a letter, and then we've got whatever the heck this is. This just came today, I think. It's from somebody who lives in Sebastian, Florida. Now that sounds a little familiar. Here. I don't have something in my eye. I'm supposed to be like obviously winking. Sounds a little familiar. I think we know who that one's from, but if you guys have tuned in any previous shows, you know exactly who I'm talking about. This one, in the meantime, is from somebody named Garver. I don't know if you guys probably can't see that. It says Garver. And this is from Bogstown. I don't know where Bogstown is, but thank you for sending us a letter. It seems like Garver sent us a return pack. Oh, and some cards. Holy crap. Okay, I'm going to set those off to the side. This is what I care about most right here. So it's great if you guys send us a letter or cards to sign or anything like that, but this is what I care most about. If you guys didn't catch the hint earlier, we are trying to get rid of, we have a lot of Pokemon products right here that are collecting dust. And I don't like holding on to stuff that I can't use. We have a lot of extra Pokemon cards. Some of them are rares, some of them are not. We're trying to get rid of them. And this is all you got to do. You got to send us an empty envelope with stamps on it right there to our P.O. box. And we'll take this and we'll fill this up with as many Pokemon cards as we can and mail it back to you. So yeah. Well done, Garver, Miss Garver from somewhere Indianapolis. Oh, it's Indianapolis. Okay, Indianapolis. Sorry, your handwriting's kind of difficult to read. Either way, thank you very much for this. We'll fill this up ASAP and get that back to you. Let's check out. She seems to have included some cards here. I haven't seen that card before. We've got a reverse chaotic swell. Sorry again if the quality isn't very good. And we've got a reverse Venomoth. So that's very nice. It's bent at the bottom there. We obviously didn't do that, but I blame the post office. Everything is the post office's fault. There also seems to be a letter here. Let's see what Deep Dark Secrets Miss Garver decided to include to us. By the way, if you write something on a piece of paper, we will read it in front of our audience. So potentially hundreds and hundreds of people will hear whatever you decide to include to us. So be careful what you send to us. All right. Hi, mine name is Lucy. I love your show, and I love Pokemon, so thank you. In this is Pokemon cards, some packs that aren't something empty. Also, some Ditto picks. I would like Squirtle, Snorlax, and Carmen Jr. and more. TikTok Lucy Garver 09. Okay, you guys might think I'm giving you a heart. Envelope with stamps. Okay, you guys might think I'm hamming it up. Like, can you guys read that? Can any of you guys read that? Because I'm having kind of a hard time. It's not that I can't read it. It's just that some of the words, not words, just some of the letters are scribbled in or crossed out. So I don't know. I don't know why I'm complaining. You guys get the idea. A kid wrote this. I can't hold that against him. I assume that this is Ditto. It looks kind of like a Squidling from Splatoon, but I'm just going to assume that's you, Ditto. But I think they nailed it. Giant red eye in the middle with, it's upside down. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, sorry. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like right there. Right there. Yeah, that looks more like you, Ditto. Angry, arms out, ready to kill me for no reason. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, we've got also a Pokeball. Nice. I like that. That's cool. Actually, I'm gonna put this right in here just so I don't forget it, because I like Pokeballs. If it wasn't obvious already, I have quite a bit of Pokeballs, including this little one up here, which we got from last week's show. Sent auto cards. That's all that one says. And I assume they're talking about these cards right here. So I don't know if they want us to send these back signed or not. If you could, I think Luna Wolf sent this to us. Either way, just send us a private message and let us know if you want us. Because sometimes what people do is they send us cards they want us to sign, and we'll put them in a special. We have custom-made card sleeves like these right here that we'll put the cards in. They already have our signature on the back of them. So we'll put the cards in like this. So that way we don't have to, risk compromising the card. Maybe at some point you want to separate your card from the Professor and Ditto show. I'm not entirely sure why you would want that, but you guys get the idea. So we'll put them in here like this, and then we'll ship that out. So that counts as signing the card. We don't want to cause too much damage to the card if possible. In the meantime, I'm going to put these in our special little binder right over here, because we have a special binder just for those. And I'll set the cards right over here until we hear on for sure for what you want. We'll just leave them there for now. But thank you very much for that. That was really cool. We'll get this thing right here. We'll get this back to you ASAP as soon as we get it filled up with as much stuff as the postage allows. Because it's not how big your package is, it's how much postage you put on it. Remember that, kids. Remember. Speaking of postage, holy crap, this is from Bo. Bo over in Florida. Thank you again, Bo, for sending us yet another package here. Holy crap. Gosh, you guys just make our day. You guys have absolutely made our day. I don't think this could have come at a more appropriate time, because, I'm sorry, Luna Wolf. I'm sorry. We will get you just a baby unicorn. Everyone say hello to one of our beloved patrons. We hope everything's going good for you. You guys make the world go round, seriously. If you guys, by the way, donate any kind of amount, we're not asking for it, but if you do at some future point, regardless of how much it is, your username will be added to our sponsor list behind us, which is, of course, on display for every single live stream show. So it's a good way to get your username out there, because billboards are way too expensive. Believe me, if I had enough money, I would take the username of every single patron we have, and I'd put it up on a giant billboard somewhere, I don't know. We probably couldn't afford New York. What do you think? Somewhere in Texas. There's a lot of people in Texas, right? I don't know. I obviously don't collect the National Census Bureau or whatever it is, the survey where they count how many people there are. I obviously don't do that, so we'll just see. What the heck is this? Bo, so help me. So help me if you put a body pillow in here. So help me, all right? Oh, okay, wow. Oh, okay, that's a package. I really hope I didn't just bend anything. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this will end well. See, this is the part of the show where you guys think something's going to come out and hit me in the face, but I'm actually not that stupid. Like I said, not that stupid. Okay, dude, I cannot handle a body pillow. I have almost no rules when it comes to what you guys can send us and what you can't send us. One of the only rules I have, and even then it's more of a suggestion, is please don't send us body pillows that may or may not resemble Ditto and I. Specifically, the character of Haiku from Haiku, the blonde character that wears glasses. People seem to like drawing comparisons between me and that character, and it keeps me up at night, thinking that someday I'll go into the mailbox and I'll open up something and there will be this body pillow in there with an anime version of my face on it. Like I don't know what I would do at that point, man. I don't know. Anyway, holy crap. Holy crap, Bo. There's 5 of these. There's 5 of these you sent us 5 Pokemon portraits. Wow, they smell like paint. Probably shouldn't sniff these, but oh my gosh. How did you, wow. If there's one good thing that came out of quarantine, it's definitely these. Holy Hera. Where do I even put these? Oh my gosh. I guess I have room over here. I might as well put them over there. What's this? Is this a quick ball? Oh my gosh. Bo, how did you do this? Look at the pattern thing here. That is insane. Oh my gosh. And you signed the back of them too? Holy crap, dude. I don't even know what to say. This is like so far beyond anything I ever thought was ever going to come out of our. Oh my gosh, it's the Ditto ball. It's the Ditto ball. Ditto, look. It's the Ditto. Heck yeah, it is. Oh my gosh. Bo, you outdid yourself. Dude, we're making a TikTok on these. I hope it's okay. We're going to line all these up. We're going to take pictures of these and put them on our Instagram because that is insane. At Sir Mr. Senior Official for anyone who's curious. Oh my gosh, there's 5 of these. 5 of these things. How did you ship these things? Okay, that comes off like that. Oh, it's the luxury ball. Yes, this one, our luxury ball behind us right here, obviously contains Salamence, our main boy, our favorite Pokemon. Holy crap. My gosh, dude, how did you do that? How did you do this? This looks like something, the pattern reminds me of those videos you see where they have like a bucket of paint or something and just dip it out. And then they'll it's all bull crap, but they'll just like take their hand and they'll squish it around in an artsy manner, or they'll take like a stick and they'll swirl it around, or maybe they'll take the canvas itself and they'll slosh the paint around. That's what this looks like. That is insane, my dude. That is freaking unbelievable. And you sent us 5 of these things and you included the Ditto ball. No less. What is it? Oh, okay, so there's paint in here. Or not paint. There's some kind of... Oh, heck yes. Heck yes. Okay, it looks like they put paper in between one of them, or 2 of them. Ah, yes. The Great Ball. Legendary. This is one of our favorite Pokeballs, by the way, because not only does it hold Scyther, which is one of our favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, but it also... this Pokeball matches the color scheme of Salamence. So, like, dang, dude. Thank you. Oh, you got some silver in there, too. Some silver, some metallic paint. I would say red. Red is just, it's a superior color. I mean, come on. You really going to make something the color of poop? Come on, man. I mean, if you really want to go crazy, then just combine them together. Make like a chocolatey. Oh, it would look like if you put red and brown together, it would look like the inside of one of those chocolate covered cherries. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of the gourmet ones. See, the ones that you would see as a kid and you would only ever get one. If they were at a party or if you went to like a really nice candy shop, they would only sell them individually, like that kind of stuff. You should do that. Put them together if you can. If not, then just go red. Because I mean, red is just a great color. It's so nice, very diverse. You can put it on anything, like a Pokeball, and it just makes it infinitely better. Holy crap, Bo! I cannot even with all of these portraits. Okay, we've got just making sure there's nothing on there. Okay, good. Just want to be extra careful with that, just in case. Ooh, oh, is this a dive ball? I'm sorry if I've put anything. Oh, there seems to be letters written on the back. I'll have to look at that here in a second. Okay, I think this is the dive ball. Yeah, that looks like that, right? That looks like the dive ball. Shoot. Look at that. And you got the paint wrapping all the way around it, too. This just confirms that what I think he did, the process where he, like, picked him up and, like, swished him around like that. And oh, my gosh. And then painted over it. Dude, you're a legend, Bo. You are an absolute legend. I really hope you're watching right now. Even if you're not, we, of course, the reason we record all of our live streams is so that we can re-upload them to YouTube later, and obviously for legal reasons. But, like, even if you guys don't see the show live, you can always tune in later to watch it. That's the benefit to recording them on YouTube. But, oh, my gosh. Oh, there's 6 of these. I stand corrected. There is 6 of these things. Hold on. Let me see if I can. This will go perfectly. We actually did something pretty close to this. We painted this one. If I can throw my own canvas in here for a second. We painted this one a while ago, just for the heck of it. I think we still have a couple canvases lying around, but we just had some paint and a canvas, and we figured we'd throw a Pokemon thing on it. So we did this one not too long ago. Couldn't find anywhere to put it because it didn't seem to match the rest of this because, you know, there's clearly some kind of order with all of this. But, like, hold on. Let me move these around. Let me see if I can – I don't know if I can hold all of these at once. See if I can dual wield, so to speak, and not cut my fingers because that is kind of sharp wood. Okay, we've got those 2 right there. And we've got these 2 right here. And then we've got, okay, so there's those. And then we've got these 2 right here. This one is my favorite. The Ditto ball. The fact that you included the Ditto ball, that is just legendary. This one looks like, I mean, I would prefer this over the Quick Balls design. This looks like some kind of, I hope I'm not holding it upside down. Maybe I am. I don't know. There's an, oh, you put Bo on the B-O on the back here. B-E-A-U. All right, I get it now. Hopefully this isn't upside down, but like, holy crap. The Ditto ball is much a happy. Yes, it is. It's very happy. That's why we designed it. I mean, that's why our logo looks like that. We wanted people to, you know, laugh and get some kind of enjoyment out of the content we produce. Oh, do you guys like my my shorts, by the way? Yeah, I dress appropriately for all of my streams. Shoot, I probably shouldn't have stood up now that I think about it. Anyway, thank you, Bo, for all of these. There are 6 of these canvases. That you are an absolute legend. And there's another thing we need to open up right there. So, oh gosh. Okay, let's just take these and let's just set them right here for now over our canvas. We gotta get nails. We gotta put nails in our walls, Ditto. It's okay. It's a worthy sacrifice. Good sacrifice to make. Anyway, let's see what Bo included in here. Oh, this is beautiful. I like this. I just realized what this is. This is the return letter. Oh, we can stuff that full of stuff. Thank you, Bo. Thank you. We'll fill that up ASAP. What is this? Okay, we've got, painted cards. That thing says painted cards, and we got another letter. Let's see what the, and I got the Pokeballs with the colors of the Pokemon. Please put them in the order you want, or you can put them in the order with my name. Just look at the back. Okay, I was right. It does spell Bo. Oh, one more thing. Please hang them up, Bo. And then he drew us. I think that's him, actually, at the bottom. Thank you, Bo. Thank you so, so much. Why are tape pics of tape on your shoulder? Oh, this is Velcro. This is to help Ditto stay on my shoulder. Some of you have asked me how Ditto stays on my shoulder. He uses Velcro. It's easier for him. Do you want to show him? No? Oh, Okay, shoot, fine, whatever, Ditto. Didn't want to show them anyway. And there's a thing here that says painted cards. That's what this is for, though. Normally, Ditto would be up here, and that's how the show would go. But it's been a little bit of a butt today, so we're not really doing that for now, which is fine. Sometimes you need space from your roommates or your coworkers or whatever. And thankfully, I'm in a position where I can get that kind of space and not struggle too much. Oh my gosh. Dude, if I remember correctly, the last cards you painted were just spectacular. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh, it seemed to be stuck together. Okay, that one's good. That's a Magikarp. This one? Okay, good. That one came out too. Oh my gosh. Bo, you're a mad lad. You are an absolute, I'm saying that in a good way, by the way. Bo, you are an absolute mad lad. Look at these. We've got us. Actually, I'll show you that one last. We've got a Ditto right here that he's painted for us. We've got a Ditto card. We've got a Ditto card. We've got a Magikarp card, which looks absolutely ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bo. Thank you for sending us these painted cards. And then we've got a Snorlax card with more of that metallic paint on there from the canvas we saw a second ago. That is legit. That is absolutely legit. Thank you. Thank you so much. Or excuse me, this isn't Ditto. This is Diglett. Diglett, right? Is this Diglett? Yeah, it's Diglett, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, not Ditto, Diglett. Thank you, guys. We've got a Diglett right here. We've got a Magikarp. These are custom painted cards. And we've got a Snorlax that our friend Bo has sent us. Holy crap. I got to put these straight away in our special fan binder right here. This is all the artwork and cards you guys have ever sent us over our 2 years online as internet personalities. We've got a couple other painted cards in here already. Oh, sick. Oh, sick. This will be absolutely perfect. All right. Put that one in there. Then we can take this one and put it right here. Oh my gosh. They go so perfectly together. Bo, you're an absolute legend. You're an absolute legend. Look at that. Oh, maybe not. If I can get them to stay open. There we go. Thank you, Bo. Thank you so very much for this. That is legit. That is legit. On top of all the other cards that you guys have sent us, doesn't matter if they're rare or not. If they've come from you guys, we are going to keep them forever, as well as all the letters and stuff that you guys have ever sent us. All the artwork. If it's not on the wall behind us, there's a lie here, by the way. You just can't see it. If it's not on the wall behind us, then it's here. And we will be holding on to this. I'll be in a nursing home someday, 1,000,000 years old, and I'll still have this because that's how much these mean to me. Thank you guys so very much. And thank you, Bo. Oh, I got to... I think we'll send this one back. I think we'll send this one back to Miss Lucy, just so she gets an actual sleeve, because we still owe Luna a sleeve. So there's that, just so we don't forget that. But this one, we'll go ahead and throw in there as well, because you sent us this card. We weren't instructions unclear. We'll hold on to it for the time being. But if you want it back, just let us know. We'll fish it out, and we'll probably send you something else to go along with it. We'll put the reverse Venonat right there. And there is that. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for all of this. This means the world to us. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Man, whoever didn't get to see it, whoever isn't tuning in is missing out. Because that's like the crazy, I think that's the craziest thing we've ever gotten. Like, beat that. Like, that's the crazy, these canvases right here, these painted canvases, this is the craziest thing. I'm going to show you guys again. Just because, like, that is ridiculous. I think that's the craziest thing we've ever gotten in the mail. Like, that is insane. We are definitely going to hang these up. I don't know if we'll put them here or if we'll, like, reorganize a little bit. We might do a little bit of reorganizing. It's kind of difficult to fit everything into the frame, but you guys get it. We'll find a way. Holy crap. Oh, my gosh. It's so cool. You keep everything. Thank you, Just Baby Unicorn. Thank you. Honestly, I don't know what else we would do. I'm planning on keeping the P.O. box open indefinitely, by the way, guys. Just so you guys know, even if TikTok, heaven forbid, knock on wood, if TikTok goes away finally, if this is finally the time when they actually ban it in the United States. We will continue to keep the P.O. Box open. We'll continue doing the show here on YouTube, and we'll do it over on Instagram as well. Instagram's kind of fun because we can bring you guys in and actually talk to you guys face to face in front of thousands of people. Oh, man. I'd have so much fun doing that. Anyway, that about does it. Those are the only packages we really have this week. So thank you guys so very much for tuning into the first segment of the show. This has been the mailbox. 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 Okay, anyway, you guys get the idea. Mailbox. Thank you. Thank you very much. On to the next segment. Insert amazing transition here. And we're back. Okay. Thank you guys so very much for tuning into the second segment of the show. I'm still a professor, and this is my assistant Ditto. I'm sorry. I have to say that. It feels weird if I don't say it. Anyway, normally our second segment is something fun, like either whatever's going on in the news or as far as pop culture news goes. We don't talk about like mainstream news stuff if we can help it. But if it's related to pop culture in any way, we'll touch on it a little bit. I wanted to do the news for this week's segment. Second segment, because I got some disappointing news the other day. Apparently, PokeFest in San Antonio, Houston, which I'd been hyping up for a while now, and which Ditto and I were both planning on going to, so that we could meet some of you guys in real life, because some of you really want to meet Ditto and I in person, which is okay, I guess. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, okay, whatever. I couldn't think of a more appropriate place to meet you guys as far as other than PokeFest. PokeFest is a Pokemon and anime-centered convention that happens in San Antonio every year. It's not as big as mainstream Comic-Cons, which is actually kind of nice because you don't have to walk through just crowds and crowds of people to get to whatever booth or exhibit you want to look at. So really nice. It's in San Antonio, which is just huge. San Antonio, for anyone who doesn't remember, has the San Antonio LDS Temple. It also has the San Antonio SeaWorld, which I am a big fan of. I love going to SeaWorld. Their roller coasters are killer, no pun intended. And as on top of a myriad of other things. So we like San Antonio. We don't live there, obviously. We go there about once a year or so. But we love San Antonio. We love whenever we can find an excuse to go. And this month is when PokeFest would have happened, but due to the beer virus, there have been a lot of closures. And even though I got an email yesterday that said, even though things in Texas are generally starting to reopen, they think that it would be better just to cancel this year's PokeFest and go to next year. So it's sad. Thank you, Tragedy. Thank you for joining us for the show. It's sad to see PokeFest not happening this year, but the good news is if you bought a ticket to this year's event, you're covered for next year. And don't quote me on this, and they hinted at giving you something more. So, it should be great. I'm planning, Ditto and I are still planning. You're planning on going, right? I'm not leaving you here. You don't get a choice, man. You're coming with me. Okay, yeah. So Ditto and I are both planning on going to the to PokeFest 2021. Should be fun. It'll be in San Antonio, Texas, as per usual. And that'll be a good excuse to meet Ditto and I in person if you're really someone who's adamant about doing that. Anyway, in other pop culture news, so Miss Brie Larson still has a YouTube channel. And that's not really a surprise to anyone. She has some kind of deal with Netflix, who has a deal with YouTube. So both of those companies together are making it so that Brie Larson is guaranteed to have a higher production value, higher production quality to all of her videos, all of her live streams. Everything is scripted. There's nothing really personal about what's going on. It just kind of happens, And that wouldn't be so bad. It'd actually be kind of cool to see someone on YouTube with production value akin to like Mr. Beast or, I don't want to say it, but like Keemstar, someone who has well scripted stuff, who has camera crews, who puts in the right kind of lighting, not like me where I have a clashing blue light along with a regular light. Shame on me for not, fixing that. Anyway, it would be kind of cool to see someone from Hollywood on YouTube. The problem is that it's Brie Larson. I don't need to recite to you guys the crimes of Brie Larson. Crimes in heavy quotations. I don't need to, reiterate the stories of Brie Larson treating every other cast member in the Marvel Cinematic Universe like absolute trash, namely Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and Don Cheadle, War Machine. That's don't do that, Brie. All right, you're not hot. You're not that hot, meaning you're not the next biggest thing to hit the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I think part of the problem was that Marvel and Disney both hyped up her character, which was Captain Marvel, to be the next big thing. They were treating it like she was going to be some kind of Superman. She's not. She's Captain Marvel. People hate Captain Marvel in the comics. Like she's not a well-rounded, well-loved character. I mean, I'm sure there are people who, regardless of what the character is, if it exists in a comic book, somebody out there is probably a fan of it to some degree. But like Captain Marvel doesn't command the same kind of admiration that people feel towards Iron Man, particularly Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Iron Man, or Chris Hemsworth's portrayal of Thor. Brie Larson came in on the scene and she made a scene. She absolutely lived up to what it means to be a diva, what it means to be an absolute jerk. And she's been spitting on the fandom ever since. She's been absolutely taking a standing dump to take a page out of Amber Heard's, how to screw things over book. She's just been taking, not a literal one, but she's just been taking this giant standing dump on fans of Marvel, fans of Disney, fans of the cinematic universe for not liking her crappy portrayal of a character that is instantly forgettable. So she's not the biggest, not a good person by any means. And she decided to enter the YouTube, playing field where her biggest critics, arguably her biggest critics are. This isn't Rotten Tomatoes, Brie. I don't think you're watching. I don't think you're ever going to see this. But YouTube is not Rotten Tomatoes. You can't just pay off YouTubers. I'm sure you can pay off some of them. But the majority of people here on YouTube are real people that have real lives, that have real investments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Disney as a whole. They're not shareholders. They're not looking for the next woke subject. These are people who spend money on something because they like it. And you coming in and telling them that it doesn't matter what they like, they have to pay money for your product because it features you, that's the wrong way to go about it. That's a good way to piss off people. Look no further than what Naughty Dog and Sony have done with The Last of Us Part 2. All right, an absolute trash heap of a game that deserves no recognition whatsoever. Not even for its visuals. Especially not for its story, not for its characters, not for its wokeness. Those aren't selling points. Those are not solid selling points, especially wokeness. And Brie Larson prides herself on being the symbol of wokeness. The biggest Karen to ever Karen. She's our champion. Applaud her, subscribe to her, love her because she's her. I've talked about this in a previous video. My favorite example of Brie Larson showing her true colors is I do like Frostless. Frostless. I just evolved a Frostless actually in Pokemon Shield. I was very happy about that. It took forever to find a female Snorunt, but we did. We finally evolved it. So anyway, my favorite example of Brie Larson being Brie Larson is when Stan Lee died. Like I said, I've talked about this in a previous video. When Stan Lee passed away, everyone else in the Marvel Cinematic cast posted their favorite Stan Lee moment, like an image of them with Stan Lee on Instagram. Brie Larson, meanwhile, posted an image of herself sunbathing, holding a drink, and pondering the effect that she had on Stan Lee. Forget that Stan Lee is the one who created, along with Jack Kirby and others, forget that they're the ones that created the characters you're portraying and are claiming as your flagship for your most well-known role, because, Brie Larson hasn't done anything else besides play Captain Marvel. Forget her. Quote me on that. Brie Larson, the biggest Karen to ever Karen. But yeah, she's definitely a self-centered person. I understand where she's coming from because, she's a member of Hollywood. Hollywood is all about being, promoting yourself, being the biggest jerk you can be to pull the most attention over. Oh, woke seems to be what all the executives are pushing for. Well, by all means, I'll be woke then. I'll proclaim wokeness. I'll proclaim whatever's being force-fed to all of our audience members, whether they like it or not. That should be Hollywood's motto. Whether they like it or not, we're doing this. We're going with this direction. And Brie Larson is just an absolute symbol of that system because she chooses to be. She's an absolute jerk. She has no business being on YouTube. And YouTube, she posted a video, getting to the news part of this, she posted a video not too long ago of her in response to her first video. She posted her first video. It was very scripted. Production quality was ridiculous. She had like 4 different camera angles going. She was very done up. Her makeup alone probably cost more than Ditto and I have ever spent on any of our production gear here. Any of our lights, any of our cameras, anything. So it was, she got a lot of flack, obviously. A lot of people who were just very quick to point out the bullcrap because she presented herself as, oh, I'm Brie Larson. I'm just bored at home. I'm going to sign a deal with Netflix and Disney, and I'm just like all of you guys. I'm a YouTuber now. I'm Brie Larson, biggest Karen to ever Karen, and I'm here on YouTube. What could go wrong, she said. What could go wrong? Everything obviously went wrong. Almost everything. She didn't get her live stream taken down, but she did do a follow-up video where she was just so concerned, or at least, remember, she's an actress, so you can't really tell if what she's saying is real or not. Same with any actor or actress. So she's like, I don't understand where all this flack is coming from. I don't know why people are so upset and nasty. It's like, girl, you've been on Instagram for years, and you're just now noticing this? I would argue that Instagram's audience is way, way more brutal than YouTube's ever was. But then again, YouTube's got its own bat to swing, so to speak. So I just thought it was funny that Brie Larson is all of a sudden so self-aware that people don't like her. People don't like me, but I'm Brie Larson, she says. I'm a champion of wokeness. I'm a champion of feminism. I'm a champion of fighting the system. I'm a millionaire with paid armed guards that guard me every step of the way. I have 4 different camera angles. For my first YouTube video that has a higher production cost than most YouTubers will see in an entire year. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand where all this anger is coming from. Scaredy Cat, welcome to the stream. You're fine. You're not late at all. So I just thought it was funny how she's only now starting to become a little self-aware. But then again, she might not be. She might just be faking it. She's an actress. You can never tell. But anyway, in other pop culture news, this is something that really doesn't come to any surprise to anyone whatsoever. Comic book sales are completely dead now. Nobody's buying comics. If it's got Marvel's logo on it, if it's got DC, Dark Horse, doesn't matter what it is, nobody's buying them. The sales aren't entirely zero. There are a couple of anomalies here and there, you know, people that are still ordering online, but the majority of people who were comic book fans have completely left it behind. On the flip side, I've talked about this in the past as well, manga sales, so Japanese comic books, are through the roof. Anime has never been more popular. People can give of whatever the Japanese are producing. Like, it is insane. And part of that has to do with how the comic book industry has handled itself in recent times. There was a point where they were so wealthy when the Marvel films were at their peak. This is before Endgame, before Infinity War even. When Marvel was at its peak, they were so secure in the money that they were pulling in that they figured that they could do whatever they want. They could put whatever they wanted. This is what I call the pride cycle. The pride cycle, it's not just something I call it. It's an actual term. The pride cycle goes like this. It looks like a giant circle. The pride cycle starts at the top. At the top, you have, well, actually, it's more over here. Over here, you have like a business or a society, a group of people, even an individual. This individual starts out humble. They start with almost nothing. They have enough to start out, and they put it all on the line. They trust in a higher power, a higher being. In my case, you know, they trust in a God, and they put their faith forward, and they try their best, but they remain as humble as possible. From there, they see a little bit of prosperity. This is the peak, the top of the circle. This is where they start to see things that are, you know, hey, we're making a little bit of money. We're getting wealthy as a people, as an individual. I'm able to afford things that I couldn't afford before and still be able to pay my bills. You know, that moment. That's the moment of prosperity. Then from there, you get pride. Pride is the death mark. Pride is the black spot to the pirate. It's the mark of the beast, so to speak. Not in a literal sense, but pride is the moment when the person or individual or company or society, whatever it might be, this is when they start to think that they've become so prosperous, so wealthy, they're able to pay for so much, they're able to handle themselves, even if it's not with money, just like a position in the social environment. I have so many friends now, or it feels like I have so many friends, or I have such a cult following that I can do whatever I want, and I can always fall back on, you know, the previous steps in the cycle, even though this is a circle that goes in this way. And no matter how hard you try, if you get to that next point, you're guaranteed to get to the next one. All you can do is stop. You can't reverse. You can only go in the circle. So the pride is the pride portion of the pride cycle. And it is, like I said, a death mark. There was a point in time where Marvel and Disney especially, these companies were at that point in the pride cycle. Hi, Andy. Welcome to the live stream. They had gotten so wealthy. Their products were everywhere. Every little kid in every home ever had some kind of connection to a Marvel character. They figured that they could do whatever they wanted, and as long as it had that Marvel logo on it, talking specifically about Marvel and Disney, they figured they could do whatever they want and get away with it because there was so much prosperity. The markets were so good, profit was coming in left and right. So they did that. They did whatever they wanted. Oh, woke! They put their own political beliefs and how they thought society should run. Yeah, that's what they put. Froggy, welcome to the live stream. That's how they carried themselves. And it only led to the next part, which is despair. This next section of the pride circle after pride is desolation. It is despair. It's when everything comes crashing down. Suddenly, people don't like your stuff anymore. Suddenly, it's not suddenly. It feels like it's sudden to these companies, but it's not. It's gradual. The Swizzle, you made it. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, Scaredy Cat. They do have similarities. But the Pride cycle, this is the point that Disney and Marvel, other companies have found themselves in this position as well. Other IPs, Star Wars, Star Trek, once prosperous and very profitable IPs, they put their politics into their products, and they got what everyone knew they were going to get, which was a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of controversy, a whole lot of, why did you put this in my movie? Why'd you put this in my comic book? Nowhere has this happened more often than in comic books themselves. I mean, just not that long ago, there was an attempt to revive Batman in the comics in cycle. This is how far into that step of desperation and despair they've gotten. DC Comics hired a writer with no experience whatsoever. This would be like hiring Ditto and I. Our only writing experience being writing scripts for our videos and that one novel that we wrote in a week, which, by the way, is almost completely edited and ready to be released. We'll let you guys know more about that later on. But this is how the stream schedule. So 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 to 7, Tuesdays and Fridays. You can always find us here on YouTube. You can only find us on TikTok on Fridays. So that being said, yes, I'm glad somebody noticed. So Marvel entered, so back to DC, the way that they were going to revolutionize Batman, the way they were going to present Batman to a brave new audience, a woke new audience, the entire internet at large was going to go crazy for this in the best way possible. They made Batman a Chinese kid, a Chinese high school student. They made his mom the moneymaker in the family, because of course they did. And his dad a bumbling idiot, because remember, it's impossible, according to Hollywood, it's impossible to have a strong female independent character and a competent family father figure. Like that's just impossible. They cancel each other out. You can't do that. You can't make the father look like the good guy. All right, fathers have to be the bad guy. They have to be stupid. They have to be slow. They can never be competent. All right, especially not if there's like a strong female character. So anyway, falling into that trap. But yeah, making Batman Chinese. I wonder why they did that. It's almost like they're trying to appeal to a market that has no interest in Chinese Batman to begin with. I just can't put my finger on it. But anyway, this was the setting. Like all of the Batman characters were now high school characters. And it sucked. I think it made it through like two issues, something like that. I don't know. We didn't read them. Nobody did. That's why they were canceled. Marvel did the same thing with their woke new warriors, including a transgender black character, or characters. I can never remember if it was Snowflake and Safe Space. I don't know if you guys saw videos on them. Those are their actual superhero names. And they are the worst, just the worst, an absolute crime against comic books and superheroes. It was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah. That's the direction Disney and Marvel took. It was a shame, and they're paying the price for it right now. Remember, guys, remember the saying. If you want to stay out of the pride cycle, if you want to stay at the top, humble, still, getting to that prosperous point, if you guys want to stay up there, take my advice, don't go woke. The second you go woke, is the second you go broke. All right. Look no further than Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Marvel, DC. Pick something. CW especially. Pick something. It's a death sentence. But anyway, on that note, it's time. That's about all I wanted to cover for the news. If you guys want to hear me talk about it more, maybe I'll make a video on it later on. But let's go ahead and talk about your guys's and my guys's favorite final segment of the Professor and Ditto show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for segment 3, the question and answer session. Insert amazing transition here. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get right into it, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know how this works. You ask a question, I answer it. It's guaranteed 100% true, so long as you don't fact check me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I apologize if I don't get to anybody's questions now. There is always next week. So that being said, Ditto, let's get right into it, shall we? First question that I can see is, how would you feel if I sent you a Sylveon card to sign? I would feel hurt. I would feel very, very hurt. Sylveon is my least favorite Pokemon ever. And there's a myriad of reasons why. We'll get into that later, but in a future video. But yeah, I'd feel very hurt. You'd hurt my feelings. I would think that, not that hurt feelings matter. I don't care if you're offended. You don't care if I'm offended. I wouldn't be offended. I would just be hurt. You know, gosh, why would you do that to me? That's almost as bad as sending me a body pillow with my face on it. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Anyway, next question. Are you still a part of the theme park hype house? No. And I don't want to talk too much about it at the risk of, causing unnecessary drama towards them. But needless to say, on the Discord server that the Theme Park Hype House had, which I was on, they decided to open a certain channel that was extraordinarily inappropriate. I refuse to be associated with anything of that caliber. Again, without getting into specifics, I refuse to be associated with anything of that caliber to any degree. I can't even... They contacted me after the fact. They asked me if they took it away, would I come back? I told them no. The fact that it had been there at all, that was enough. I couldn't associate myself with it at all. It's too risky. It is too risky. It leads down to so many problems. I can't be associated with it. So that was the reason why I'm not associated with them anymore. They're still good people. Well, except for Jake, but they're still good people. That's a little, by the way, that's a joke. Jake and I are cool, but yeah, they're still all good people. Their content's still amazing. Last I checked, I'm just not. I can't be associated with them. I can't be a part of that anymore. It's not only does it go against where I stand religiously, but it goes against where I stand legally. It leads to so many problems down the road. Again, without getting into specifics, if you guys really want to know more about it, just go ask them. I'm sure they'll tell you. It's not that big of a deal. It's just I can't, for obvious reasons, I just can't be associated with that. So yeah, unfortunately, no longer part of the Theme Park Hype House. We still do theme park related content across the board. So if you guys want more of that, just let me know. Next question. How long was the book you wrote? The book I wrote, it's only part 1. Question. How long was the book you wrote? The book I wrote is 10 chapters long total. And it's only part 1. I need to emphasize this now. It is only part 1 of a 3-part series. Normally, what I would do is I would wait until all 3 parts are finished and then release them all at once. But I figure that part 1 is good enough. It stands on its own. It's funny enough that you guys will still enjoy it. So we are rushing through. Well, we're not rushing. We're kind of waiting. I'm editing everything right now. As soon as we're done with that, I've commissioned someone to do the cover art for us. As soon as that's done, we'll slap it all together, get it published, get it copyrighted, and we'll leave it out to you guys. You guys can let you guys purchase it and read it for yourselves. It's a really funny book. I've cracked up many times writing it, which is weird because I've written a lot of books or started writing a lot of books in the past, and I've never laughed. Well, not really. I haven't really laughed ever writing any of my books before. This is the first book that I've written that I actually cried. Sir Mr. Fishy. Absolutely. Welcome back. We're glad to have you. Can I be on the Patreon if I send you $1 in the box? I don't know. The way it works is we take we do it by username. So it's if whichever platform you're on. By the way, for anyone who's wondering, we are doing a giveaway. We are doing a very special giveaway. Actually, they're right over here. Here, let me grab them for you. We are giving away Pokemon products because, like I said, we have a lot just sitting around. These are separate from the ones that we're giving away. We have a whole other container full of Pokemon cards, but we've got a box right here full of every single reverse card, including reverse rares that we've ever pulled over the last 2 years. So we are giving this away to one of you guys, one of our subscribers here on YouTube. So We're going to do it at the end of July, obviously. That's when we'll pick a winner. But one of you guys will get this box right here and all the cards that are in there. There's a lot more than that, but you guys get the idea. It's just for display purposes that I've got it so low. But yeah, one of you guys will get this in the mail, one of our subscribers. So you guys are already all entered in to win. And one of our patrons will get this bad boy, this monster right here. It's full of cards. I don't even know what's in here. It's sorted by type, if I remember correctly. So like water, electric, whatever. And there's a lot, obviously, a lot of Pokemon cards in here. This is going away. We're going to choose one of our patrons randomly. And the way we choose people is we take everyone's username and we put it into a randomizer, so to speak. So it's like a circle or something, if I remember correctly. It's like a circle that spins and somebody's username comes out of it or whatever. So that's how we do it. If your username, if it's connected to Patreon, then you'll be included in the Patreon raffle. But if you're a subscriber, then you'll be in the raffle for this. So that's just how it works. You guys can still feel free to send us whatever, but you get the idea. You get the idea. There is a good enough chance that you will get it just the same as everyone else. So, what is your favorite Pokemon from the Sun and Moon era? My favorite Pokemon from Sun and Moon is Vikavolt. I adore Vikavolt. I can't believe it took me so long to remember that in order to evolve your Pokemon into a Vikavolt, you need to use a Thunderstone. So I ran around Pokemon Shield for over a month with this little accordion bug, trying to evolve it into Vikavolt, and I finally got a Thunderstone. I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Anyway, if I become a big company, I will only make sequels if needed. Not cash grabs. You wanted a question, so I put a question mark. If you become, okay, I support you on that. Although, just so you know, sequels can be just as bad as remakes. We've seen this. Look no further than the recent Star Wars films. Can I be a character in one of your future animations? Absolutely. We just need to learn how to animate stuff first. I mean, we can animate, but I would like to put in the kind of stuff that you see on, scrolling through TikTok, those kind of animations. Something that's, I don't know, just something of a higher quality. The key to doing what you want is to just do it. And I've been just doing it for a while. I figured now is a good enough time. We've got the money for it. Now is a good time to go back to school to try and get the education that we want. Because, I hate college to begin with. I'm only going to do college if it's for something that is going to benefit all of you guys and me down the road. So, yeah. What is your favorite Pokemon? Oh, we just answered that. Someone said Cookie the Groki was working for the FBI. She's not. I'll take your word for it. I hate Grubbin. It's gross. How do you feel about them? Grubbin's okay. It's one of the forgettable first stage Pokemon. I'm sure if I said that on Instagram or another platform, all the people would just randomly morph into Grubbin fans or whatever and be like, no, Grubbin is baby. How dare you? I'm going to kill you. Stuff like that. We get death threats for crap all the time. But that's I don't know. Grubbin's just kind of forgettable. It's there. It's there when you need it, but it doesn't really stand on its own, not very well. Not like Torracat does. Is the first version? Oh man, what's the one called? What's the fire cat from Sun and Moon called? Gosh, Litten. That's what it was. Litten. Thank you, Ditto. Litten is okay. I like Torracat though. Torracat stands on its own, and then Incineroar is just S tier, obviously for Smash at least. But you guys get the idea. That's how certain Pokemon, it doesn't matter what stage it is, they hold water on their own. Grubbin, not so much. Next question. Someone said, oh, we just read that. What kind of job do you have? What kind of job do I have? Is it not obvious? This is my job right now. I'm doing school full-time on top of being a Pokemon professor and a YouTuber and TikToker and Instagrammer and Dub Smasher, I guess. That's a horrible name. And a biter. I like that name. And what's the other one? Likey-er. I don't know. We're across many, many social media platforms. If you guys want to check and see if we're on something, type in Sir Mr. Senior. If you see our I think it's over here, the Ditto ball. If you guys see that logo, that's us. Generally speaking, it's pretty easy to tell if it's not. Generally, they'll just have re-uploads of other content. We like to produce unique content to each individual platform because, we have... Anyway, next question. I want to make a film with puppets. Cats versus rats. Catastrophe. Would you like to have a line or two? Absolutely. I've been in Minecraft videos. I've done voiceover work for that. I've done voiceover work for fan-made Pokemon parodies videos. I've done voiceover work for that. I've done voiceover work for fan-made Pokemon parodies, play contests and stuff like that in the past. I've worked my way around a little bit. So if you guys want me to do something, just let me know. If you guys have a comic you want me to voice over, I do voiceovers for comics every once in a while. Let me know. I don't charge for that kind of stuff right now because nobody's asking me to do it. So you guys get the idea. What's your opinion about Kaylee Rex? Never heard of her. So that should throw it into perspective. I must ask, what do you think of Quagsire? Quagsire is a dopey soul. He has arms though, so he's got that on Whooper. And that's about it. That's all I really have. And speaking of that's it, let's get one or two more questions in here because we've cleared the hour mark here on YouTube. And I don't know if the timer's up here for you guys. It's up here for me. But yeah, usually about this time is when the live stream starts to crash. So we'll fit in one or two more questions, and then we'll go ahead and close this episode of the Professor and Ditto Show. And who knows, maybe we'll go live on Instagram in a little bit because that's always fun. So first to last question. Do you know who began the episode of the Professor and Ditto Show? I apologize if the live stream has crashed. And we will see you guys into the show. And gosh, I hate